Today we're making 6 disappearing 4-patch blocks. Hello, my name is Jenna, and one of the things I love are quilts that look really complicated but are actually really easy to make. And this is why I love doing disappearing patch blocks. There are disappearing 9-patch blocks, and in this video, I'm going to show you 6 disappearing 4-patch blocks that are so easy anybody can make them. For each of these 4-patch blocks, you are going to want to make a basic 4-patch, and it can literally be any size that you want. Your finished block is going to end up being around an inch or an inch and a half less than your finished 4-patch size. So just take that as you will and do what you want with it. For each of these blocks today, I used 6.5-inch squares. And just in case you're wondering, all of the fabric that I'm using today and all of the mock-ups are done in Finesse's new fabric line. It is Finesse Supreme Quilt Cotton Solids. All of the graphics are made using Poppy and Princess Pink just because they're my favorite colors. I'm such a pink and red girl. Block number 1 is a Checkerdish block. That's what I like to call it, but you can kind of call it whatever you want. We're going to start with our 4-patch, and when you press your seams, you can literally press them whatever way you want. I pressed some of my seams to the side and then opened up my middle seam. You can press them all open or all to the side, whatever you want. For this block, we're going to start by making 4 cuts. Your first 2 cuts are going to be 4.5 inches in from either side. After you cut your side pieces, you're going to do the same thing for the top and bottom of your 4-patch. And to make sure I cut everything straight, I like to line up my 4.5-inch mark on my ruler along the edge of my piece. And then I like to take a line that is perpendicular and line it up on that seam line just to make sure that I'm cutting a straight squared line. I like to try to cut my block all in one go without separating my pieces, but if you can't, it is okay to break apart your block and just to make sure that each of those 4.5 cut sections are cut in the right places. Now you're going to flip the 4 middle strip blocks around, and that creates this checkered-ish kind of look. And then you can sew everything together in your groups of 3 first, and then sew your 3 rows together. And then you're going to end up with a block that looks something like this. Now this block looks really cool on its own, but what makes it so much more fun and exciting is when you put it together into a giant quilt. You can see the checkered-ish pattern coming out a whole lot more. Then you can change up the way this quilt looks depending on the types of fabrics and the values of fabrics that you use. You can use just 2 fabrics and then it really does look more checkered-ish. You can play along with values by doing lighter and darker values or doing fabrics that are similar values, or you can make it really scrappy and change up the whole look of the quilt. Another way to change up the look of this quilt is depending on how you cut your block. For this block, we cut 4.5 inches in on either side, but you can change that up. You can do just 2.5 inches in, or even 3 or 4 or 6. Just make sure however far you cut in, you do it the same on both sides. And if you want to go even more wonky with it, you can use 2, 3, 4, even all of your blocks cut in different ways and then put them together to make an even funkier checkered looking quilt. Block number 2 is called the Giant X. We're going to start off block number 2 by taking your basic 4-patch and drawing a giant X right down the middle of your block. You're going to want to make sure to use a water-soluble marker of some sort so that our lines disappear eventually. We're now going to make 4 cuts. Your first 2 cuts are going to be 2.25 inches to the left and to the right of one of those diagonal lines. Then you're going to repeat those same 2 cuts on the other diagonal line. You're then just going to switch out your corner pieces. When you sew this block together, you're going to sew it into diagonal rows first, and then you're going to press your seams in a way where you can nest your seams. So the first row, I'm going to press my seams in, then my second row, I'm going to press my seams out, and then my third row, I'm going to go back and press my seams in again. Then I can sew all of my rows together and nest all of those seams so nicely. We're now going to trim down this block to an 11-inch square, and the 11-inch mark should be, if you sewed your seams in that consistent 1/4 inch or consistent scant 1/4 inch correctly, the 11 inches should line up with the edge of the block perfectly. And your finished block should look something like this. And I don't just call this the big X block because you're drawing a giant X down the middle. If you make 16 of these blocks with either just 2 fabrics or darker and lighter values of fabrics, and then orient them so that all the darker ones are facing each other or all the lighter ones are facing each other, it turns into a bunch of giant X's. Or you can orient the blocks all in the same direction for something that is just a little different look. I love this block because the quilt that you can make out of this block is just so fun and unique, and it's so easy to make. Block number 3 is called the Windowpane block. For block number 3, we are going to make 4 cuts. We're going to start by making 2 cuts that are 3 1/4 inches in on either side of the block. Then we're going to take that middle section and cut 3 1/4 inches off the top and the bottom of that. You can then take that itty bitty 4 patch in the middle and turn it 90 degrees, and that changes the look of your design. Just that one little turn. You're then going to sew those tiny top and bottom pieces onto your 4 patch. You can press those any way you want, and then you're going to add your 2 side pieces. And in the end, you'll get a block that looks like this. It looks like a cute little window pane. After you sew all of the pieces together, you're gonna have to trim down your block to an 11.5 inch square. And just like some of the other blocks, this block is so cute on its own, but there's a total different look you get from it when you pair it with other blocks. I love the look of this window pane block with just 2 fabrics, but if you make 2 different blocks using 4 fabrics total, I also love the look of that, and it switches it up a little bit. I also love the look of this block scrappy. Imagine using a layer cake to make this. This would be the cutest scrappy layer cake quilt. Also, I know that I said that the X block may be my favorite, but I actually think number 6 is my favorite because the quilt you can make out of that block turns into something incredible, so make sure you stay till number 6. Block number 4 is the basic stripe block. This block is the easiest of all of them. All I'm gonna do is take my 4 patch and I'm gonna make 2 cuts. I'm just gonna cut in on either side 2 3/4 of an inch. Then I can take my 2 side pieces and I can rotate them, sew everything back together, and I just get this cute little stripy block. This block finishes at 12.5 by 11.5 inches, so if you want to orient them different ways on your quilt, I recommend trimming the block down to an 11.5 by 11.5 inch square. And the easiest way to do this is by cutting 1/2 inch off of either side of the long piece of this block. I love turning it into a square just because then you can orient the block in different directions to really switch up the look of your quilt instead of just having your stripes. If you make 16 of these blocks using just 2 fabrics, you'll get a quilt that looks something like this. And for this one, I oriented every other block 90 degrees just so the stripes are facing in different directions. My favorite thing about this quilt mock-up is how those giant rectangles, those little checkered rectangles, really pop. And I want to make this one and quilt it in a way that those rectangles pop even more. And if you look at it long enough, I feel like your brain kind of tricks you and it turns into some illusion quilt of some sort. Or if you want to go more scrappy with it, you can make this block with a bunch of different fabrics and colors, and it just turns into a cute little patchwork quilt. Block number 5 is the Wonky 9 patch block. If you're thinking,
Jenna, we made a 4 patch. Why are we making a 9 patch out of a 4 patch?
because we can, and it's so fun and easy to make, and it turns into the cutest quilt in the end. Start by making 1 cut that is 2.5 inches in from one side of the block. Then you're gonna take that 1 piece that we just cut off and sew it to the opposite side of your block. Then press your seam in whichever way works best for you. Now you are going to make another 2.5 inch cut, but from either the top or the bottom of your block. You can do either, but don't do both. So you choose either the top or the bottom. Then we are going to take that piece that we cut off and move it to the opposite side of the block and sew that together. Press your seams open, and now you have a wonky looking 9 patch. And what's super fun about this block is you can make 2 different blocks using the same 4 patch depending on how you cut it. Here's an example of our 2 different blocks. For one block, I have the orange that's the middle and the outside, and the other block, it is the opposite where the yellow is on the middle and at the outside. This block finishes at a 12-inch square, and when you put these blocks into a quilt where you make 2 different kinds of blocks that are alternating, it turns into a fun wonky checkered quilt where it kind of hides that 9 patch. Our 6th block is the Wonky Checkered block. This block starts a little bit different than the others because you're going to want 2 different 4 patches, and we're gonna make the same cuts on both 4 patches. First, take one of your 4 patches and make one cut that is 2.5 inches in from the left edge of your block. Then make another cut that is 2.5 inches in from the top of your block. You're gonna repeat that with the other blocks. Then you can take the kitty corner, the diagonal pieces, and switch them from each block to create a new fun look for your block. Then take each of your blocks and sew them together into rows, and then sew your 2 rows together, press your seams open, and now you have 2 very different looking blocks. The final quilt that you can make with these blocks is my favorite because it looks like a fun illusion of some sort depending on the fabrics you use. If you use all blues or all pinks, but just use 4 different values of those, you can make something really cool. For this quilt, there's a total of 16 blocks, so that means you make 8 of each color of 4 patch that you want, and then you orient them a certain way to make this fun checkered illusion. If you want, you can make this more scrappy by using 4 different values of blocks or different colors of fabric that works together, but I love this block because it is so versatile in what it looks like whenever you put your final quilt together, just depending on the orientation of the block or the fabrics that you used. And there you have it. You now have 6 disappearing 4 patches to add to your quilty tool belt. If you make a quilt using any of these disappearing 4 patch methods, please tag us at Grace Company Quilting all over social media so we can see your quilt and we can cheer you on as you go. And if you loved making these disappearing 4 patches, I made another video where I show you how to make a disappearing 9 patch and turn it into this super cool illusion quilt. And the pattern for that is in the description of that video, so go check that one out. Make sure to like and subscribe for more fun quilting content, and I'll see you next time.
If you enjoyed that, check out more videos from Grace Company on our support channel, our Quilters Playground channel, and right here.